Hey, what up? It's me, the gaming grandma. If you couldn't tell from this getup, I played Undertale once.
There's pronouns in this game?
Xenoblade fans were feeling a little too normal, so they decided to vote on a character's canonical gender. To put it into context, it's like if Wikipedia on Brett Favre's page decided to vote on if they should include the line, "Well, on the Minnesota Vikings, he really liked sucking dick." This leads me into the first part of my video essay series, in which I named it after a quiz I theorized about when I was younger. That was really hard. Chapter 1, Are You Gay? Guilty Gear is an old fighting game series. I mean, here's a pic of the Game Awards guy holding a pic of it when he was relevant and not a cloutless loser. That being presented, I don't think the background of the series really matters much at all, and you might be trying to communicate who gives a shit. And I, for one, agree. We must discover who cares that this girl is trans. It's me. I don't know, I just think it's nice that trans people can have another cool character in a fighting and tussling game. Plus, she's bawling? That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, some people disputed this fact because, yeah, it is a fact. It's worth noting Bridget has been a pre-existing character who has identified as male before. I guess people feel betrayed by this turn of events. So betrayed, they're willing to make up like, oh, the ending where she explicitly grabs the camera, shoves it into her own face, and says, "I'm a girl," that's a bad ending. I mean, let's be real, guys. She clearly didn't like that. Wait a second. There's also a fascination with the notion that the game will fail because the funny girl exists, when it got and stayed more popular with her in it. Anyways, with even the creator calling her, you gotta ask, what happens when all signs point to a conclusion, but it's not shoved in the gamer's face like they want so much? And they say, guys, I'm not sure. Maybe we should put it to a vote? Chapter 2, Do You Wanna Be Gay? Okay, Xenoblade 3, working on a script for it at the moment, so here's the cliff notes. It's good. A very minor but required character to meet is Juniper. They are voiced by a non-binary voice actor in English, are never explicitly referred to by any binary gendered pronouns in-game. Their voice actor from earlier stated they were informed Juniper was non-binary, and if you look in the code for the game, in any given copy, her gender, instead of being listed as 0, male, or 1, female, is 2? Yeah, I guess we just don't have the evidence, boys. Their gender is 2. It is decidedly non-binary. Give them gifts! They are also one of the worst units in the game balance-wise, so that's pretty cool. Now, believe it or not, I'm not actually super amped up about this, and I'm just doing a YouTube persona thing. Please subscribe. Yet these two examples, I think, expose an underlying fact about how capital G gamers operate. If you're upfront about it, it's too much. If you're not, we can't be sure. And sure, people are right in stating this game for grown-ups featuring Meow the Cat was made in Japan, in which, yes, they don't write anything about LGBT works, ever. Except that was a lie. They know it and I know it. People who genuinely believe non-binary people suddenly evaporate in Japan they're terminally silly. I can't do anything about that. Inevitably, me doing this whole song and dance will lead people to believe I care more than I actually do about a fictional cat person's gender online. But when I go to a wiki page looking up some stuff for a video just to confirm it, and what I get is people arguing back and forth in the wiki page like, oh, you're right, you guys are normal. It's just when you're presented with objective evidence of the gender of 2, you gotta think, what kind of representation would these people be okay with? What kind of not shoved in face would they want? They don't want any of that. Now, after I presented my epic findings and left a reproducible step-by-step guide, the Xenoblade Wiki acknowledged the literally non-binary gender findings with a vote. To their credit, they deleted it within a week after a tweet thread popped up informing them it was a pretty bad idea. And the thing is, the vote wasn't even started by a moderator, just some guy that probably had a lot of questions. Giving everybody a say at the table isn't how objective facts work. And even if it was, their gender is too. Oh, thank God we can vote on gender though. I personally think it's unknown, much like a Pokemon. Chapter 3, do your parents know you're gay? When I was a baby game I loved jamming to was Paper Mario TTYD. It was crazy mode cool and I sucked at it. Meaning for a while, the only way I could learn very much about the characters was through reading about it. Eventually, during a shibboleth at the Mario Wiki, I got to the character page of Vivian Paper Mario. While in the English release, she is cis, in the Japanese original, she was trans. This absolutely rocked my world because, I don't know, it doesn't matter too much. Like really at all. Like at all actually. Like at all. I was a silly guy at the time, so I remember seriously coping with it like, okay, surely she's not trans in America. All this is to say that you can put whatever in your little headcanon, but it doesn't make it real. For example, one of my favorite games I've ever played is Persona 3. One of my favorite characters from said game is Yukari Takeba. Then Atlas realized they only shipped half the game as a quirky accident and made it so much more dog shit. It's actually, by all accounts, just a better game, but they added in a fanfic chapter by accident, aka The Answer, which makes her really dumb. I'm talking, where were you January 6th? Okay, but seriously, it's time to the answer, what's my point here? Normally I'd say, well, it's all just media opinions, but after seeing some discourse, as the gamers call it, is it media opinions? Like if the buck stops there, the buck stops there, but the buck just goes crazy. I mean, it's fine if you have your headcanon, but they are these messages. I will not repeat these messages, but they're this. You can pretend in your own world that Funny Brisket isn't a girl and Funny Cat Person isn't a cat person. But they're not your character. Like, for example, if I just say out of nowhere, oh, I'm non-binary, what can you do about that? Jack sh**. In honor of this momentous occasion of democratic gender, though, I will introduce a vote on the really cool Bird app. It's really cool. That allows you to vote on my gender. It doesn't actually do anything, don't ask. Because at the end of the day, a vote on my gender means the same as the vote on Juniper's gender. Absolutely nothing, but it's really funny. The answer did happen, and this garbage unit that's really bad is woke. Stay safe, kids. I'm working on a Xenoblade 3 script, and it'll never come out. Stay safe.